Alrighty guys, we're back for some big gruel, and this is a Barch of the Machine, the Aftermath, Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with a red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? A little bit of ramp at the beginning. We got Azusa's Many Journeys, all four of them. The 2-mana saga, Chapter 1. You may play an additional land this turn. So we do have a bunch of land packed in here. You always want to hit that Chapter 1 for sure. You want to get the ramp off of this. We have 28 total land in here, actually, which should totally be enough. So Chapter 2, gain 3 life. Nice. Chapter 3 flips into Likeness of the Seeker, which is a 3/3 enchantment creature. When it becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. So I don't know how often that ability actually comes into play, but I do know one thing for sure. It's nice to have creatures on the board, right? So you got 4 Riveteers Requisitioners in here, 2 mana, 3/1. Whenever it dies, create a treasure token. Nice. Very powerful underplayed creature, guys. So it has the blitz cost for 2 and a red as well, which could come in handy. We have Celestus in here as a little bit of ramp as well. No surprise, right? I've been playing with a lot of Celestus recently. It's just been doing a lot. The life gain goes a long way as well. So, any other ramp here at the beginning? Now, let's just go over the rest of it, huh? Got a couple Seed of Hope. It's a 1 mana instant speed, mill 2 cards. You may put a permanent card from among the milled cards into your hand. Then you gain 2 life. I'm trying out Seed of Hope here. We don't have too much to like interact with the graveyard and whatnot. We're just kind of finding a card off of this, I guess, but also the life gain's going to come in handy. Just trying something a little different with Seed of Hope, honestly. Turn the Earth is one of the things that we can do to interact with our graveyard. So it is a 1 mana instant speed, it's green. It has a flashback for 1 and a green. You choose up to 3 target cards in graveyards. The owners of those cards shuffle them into their libraries. You gain 2 life. So we could potentially grab like an Atraxa out of a Reanimator's graveyard and plug that right back into their library. That could be pretty cool. I like the life gain here. I like that if we sent a little bit too much from our Seed of Hopes, maybe we can send those back to our deck, right? And I like the flashback as well. I don't know. Turn the Earth. Yeah, just trying something a little different with our 1 mana cards today. Got a couple Tranquil Frillbacks. It's a 3 mana 3/3 that for some reason we don't see at all. I guess we still don't see too much green overall, but yeah. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay green up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, choose up to that many. So you can either destroy target artifact or enchantment. Yep, that's good, especially when we're seeing a good bit of Selesnya enchantments, huh? Exile target player's graveyard. Yep, nice. We're punishing the reanimators today. And then, right, you can gain 4 life. So again, the life gain here is going to be essential when we're going up against a lot of aggro recently. So, got 2 Atsushis. Oh, I guess we could kind of count Atsushi as ramp as well whenever I was going over all the ramp cards, right? But I was going over early ramp. This is a little bit more mid-game. So 4 mana, 4/4. We actually get to see Atsushi a little bit, but for some reason I want to go over it. It's a flying trample dragon. It's a legendary, so I think the 2 of is still going to be worth it for sure, right? I don't think this is a 1 of, especially when in a deck like this we really like to slam creatures on the board, big creatures at that, right? So whenever it dies, you get to choose one. You can either create 3 treasure tokens, which is a lot of treasure, or you can exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Very powerful dragon, guys. Got the Elder Dragon War. It's a 4 mana saga. It has Read Ahead, which comes in handy way more than you would think. So Read Ahead is choose a chapter and start with that many lore counters. Very powerful ability. So Chapter 1, the Elder Dragon War deals 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. Nice. Chapter 2, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. Nice. So this is one of those things too. We might discard something that we want to plug back into the deck later on with our single Turn the Earth or something, right? Chapter 3, you get a 4/4 dragon token. Nice. Okay, now we're getting into the meat of the deck. Plargg and Nassari is a 5 mana, 5/4 legendary creature. We only have 1 of them because I honestly, I just want to try it out. Realistically, having more than 1 might not be the greatest thing. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. An opponent chooses a non-land card exiled this way, you may cast up to 2 spells from among the cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. This is an interesting one, guys. I honestly I have no idea if it's going to be any good at all. I really hope we see it today. Maybe that's a reason to try at least 2 of them in here to make sure I actually get it onto the board. It's going to have a huge target on its back, and it doesn't have a lot of protection either, so it could just be immediately picked up by like a go for the throat or something, which would feel bad, but we'll see, we'll see. Glorious Sunrise is a 5-mana enchantment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one of these. So you can either gain 3 life, you can have creatures you control get +1/+1, and gain trample until end of turn. Okay. You can have target land have tap, add 3 green mana until end of turn. That's decent ramp, I guess. Draw a card, and this is the final ability here. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater. Okay. It's an interesting one, guys. We've actually played this in the past in a build that runs Storm the Festival. We have 2 Storm the Festivals in here. It's a 6 mana sorcery speed. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Also has flashback for 7 and triple green, so pretty expensive flashback cost, but in a deck like this, we could totally get there. So we have more 5-drop cards to work well with the Storm the Festival, like all 4 Workshop Warchiefs, man. We got a lot of underplayed cards in this build. This is a 5-mana 5/3, has trample, it has blitz for 4 and a green. Whenever Workshop Warchief enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Whenever Workshop Warchief dies, create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Very nice, very powerful card, guys. I'm guessing it sees less play because Lightning Bolt, listen to me. Lightning Strike is, everywhere in every red deck. So, I mean, yeah, it does get picked up by Lightning Strike, but that's totally fine. We get a 4/4 Rhino Warrior after the fact, and we're gaining life. I like it, man. Very, I've been saying it with a lot of the cards here, but yeah, it's powerful, isn't it? It's crazy that a lot of these don't see play. We got Luca here, another one. Where is this card, man? This is a 5-mana, 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker. It has completed. So, of course, we can pay that Phyrexian mana in the mana cost to have this be a 4-mana planeswalker. I think in this deck, we're not going to be doing the completed too often. I think we'll be playing this out as a 5-drop or hitting it off the Storm the Festival or something, right? It's got a +1 here. You can add a red and a green, spend this mana only to cast creature spells or activate abilities of creatures. Okay. We got a -1 here. Create a 3/3 green Phyrexian Beast creature token with Toxic 1. Then we got a -4. It deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers where X is the greatest power among creatures you control as you activated this ability. So acting as a little bit of removal in here, which we don't have too much removal. We do have a couple Volcanic Spites that I forgot to go over earlier, by the way. 2 mana instant speed, deals 3 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. And then here's the important part and why I chose this removal over some others. You may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do, draw a card. I think cycling out in a ramp style deck like this is very important, huh? Okay, but yeah, I think Luca's going to be great. I think on turn 5, you can drop a Luca, go -1. You get that little beast to potentially protect Luca. And the next turn, you don't even need to see a 6th land. You could just go +1 and then into one of your 7-drop creatures, which we do have 3 of them in here. A couple Titan of Industries. Of course, you guys know this one. I'm not going to go over it, but very powerful creature. Then we also have Etali as well. And honestly, this could be any order. Your top end can be any order, I would say. Like if you want 1 Storm the Festival, 3 Titans, that's fine. 1 Storm, 2 Etalis, 2 Titans. Totally fine, bro. 2 Etalis, 1 Titan, that's cool too. The big thing here is, right, Storm the Festival only hits the mana value 5 or less from among the top 5. So if you have too much top end, you're not going to be hitting too many of those. So, but yeah, we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts after I actually test the deck out, right? The mana base has a bunch of fancy things over here. We got Crucible of Defiance, we got a Who Endures, and after a successful run with the blue version of these cards, we have the Hunter Maze and the Autonomous Furnace in here. They come out tapped, but then they have that bottom ability where you can pay like 1 and a red for this one, sacrifice it, draw a card, and then the Hunter's Maze has that only for green as well. I don't think the tapped land is going to slow this deck down in particular. I think we're often getting by that by just like playing out a tapped land off of the many journeys and stuff. I think there's going to be more cases where we're in that middle of the game and we're actually seeing just too much land. I mean, especially when we have 28, right? So also have a Proving Ground here for just in case, again, if we are flooding, we have that cycle ability. Of course, this could also be Jetmir's Garden in this deck in particular, right? Have a Field of Ruin as well. Last time I played with Field of Ruin, it actually landed on a great target, so we're trying it out in this one too. Couple Rugged Highlands here again. I don't think the tapped land's gonna harm us too much, and the life gain is great. We got a ton of life gain packed in, huh? All 4 Rockfall Vales and the Karplusan Forests instead of the Copperline Gorge. I think you could totally trade it out, but I also don't think the Pain Land's gonna harm this deck, man. Yeah, like I said, all that extra life gain. I don't think the Copperline Gorge is necessary for this one. Another honorable mention, guys, Kogla and Yadaro is a very powerful Gruul creature that I couldn't really find room for, but let's say you don't like the randomness of Storm the Festival. It's a great card to trade out, man. Drop the 2 Storms, go up a couple Koglas, and I don't think you'd be complaining too much, honestly. However, the explosiveness of Storm, I just think is going to be amazing in here. Could be so simple, dude. Imagine hitting a Warchief and an Atsushi off of it for 6 mana. That's just crazy, man. Hitting a Warchief, Elder Dragon, hitting a Warchief in general is going to be good, but you guys get the point, right? Okay, guys, is that everything? Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, and see how we do. Alright guys, what am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting some fun, man. I think these big style ramp, like Gruul style builds, oh man. I think it's going to be really fun. I think it's going to, oh. No early ramp, but is this a bad hand? Opponent goes first. It could be a bad hand. I'll give it a shot, guys. We have a ton of land to draw into. Skrelv. Okay, we might have some mono white aggro here. Okay. Thalia's a problem, but we do have a lot of creatures. No swing from the Skrelv. Gonna keep that open for protection. Makes sense because we played the mountain out. Seed of Hope cost 2. We should probably... it's instant speed and we already played our land, huh? So we'll do that on their turn, I would say. You never know if it changes their swing. If we tap out, they might swing with Skrelv or something. Copper Coat. Okay. Yeah, we're in trouble, bro. Yep, see, they keep the Skrelv back then. So it's less damage to our face overall. Okay, Seed of Hope. We actually lose 1 but gain 2. So we still gain 1 off the Seed of Hope. Land. Oh boy. Oh boy, guys, that's even more pain land too. If we grab the tapped land, we don't have the creature next turn. Well, we do, we do. We don't have a... I'm gonna say untapped, just in case. Just in case we don't see it, right? Because we want the turn 4 creature to be able to block as well. We could also play Requisitioner, which was a pretty good draw, and wait for Frillback to gain 4 life off of that on turn 4 instead of playing Atsushi. Because Frillback doesn't block too much if they just drop a Brutal Cathar. Alright, call me crazy, guys. I'm just going to go into Requisitioner. Excuse me. Plus, we don't take the damage from the green source on the Karplusan Forest here, so... I think Requisitioner was an excellent draw. Yeah, there's their Cathar anyway, so the Frillback would have been picked up regardless. But now... Ow. Ow. Is it going to be Atsushi? Okay, we did end up getting the untapped source, but now we could keep the Crucible back if we wanted to. Or we could still go Frillback for 4. Take 2, gain 2 by gaining the 4, right? So back up to 15, have a creature to defend. Or go Atsushi, try to get some treasure tokens after a block. A second Brutal Cathar would be a nail in the coffin, man. Take 1 from Atsushi, keep Crucible back to have chump blockers. That's probably best case, huh? Some tough decisions because we just, like, we have to anticipate that the opponent has the best stuff, man. And so second Brutal Cathar is not unheard of. Woohoo! Buff in this board state. Thalia's obviously getting through because of the first strike. And if they full swing... Oh, we could block there. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. Wait, that doesn't have... I guess they accept the trade. We get... Skrelv on the Cathar. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Okay. Worth the block, dude. We're gonna go treasures and try our dandiest. We gotta seriously do something here. I don't entirely know. Skrelv's an artifact, so we could do that on the Frillback as well. At least that's the thing. Oh, hey, Titan of Industry. Gain 5, create a 4/4. Back up to 13, a couple blockers. That's not bad. We'll go Frillback for 5. We don't have any other play. 1, 2, 3, because we'd only have 3 mana open. I like this a lot more, dude. Titan of Industry was a great draw. Terrific draw. We could still try to take out the Skrelv, but I think we got to gain life here and get more blockers down. Because, yeah, Titan can also destroy. I think the life gain's better than taking out Skrelv, though. Should I play Crucible? Probably not. Again, it could be a couple chump blockers. So Skrelv lets them slip the Intrepid Adversary by. So we go back down to 8. We have 2 just terrific blockers. Again, like another Brutal Cathar would be so bad. They pass, guys. They pass. Okay. We have a chance for a Workshop Warchief here, which could be huge. I'm shocked by the pass instead of a swing with the Skrelv. Man. 28 mana. It really doesn't feel like it, huh? We could just get Atsushi number 2 down. I think it's time to get rid of that Skrelv, though. 1, 2. So we're going to go... Oh, my. It's not going to auto-tap that, is it? Was it? Watch out for auto-tapper, guys, because we need to activate the Frillback's ability twice here. Because we're taking 3 just to activate this, so when I say twice, we're gaining the 4, so we're gaining 1 here, and taking out the Skrelv. So gain 4, and destroy target artifact or enchantment. And that's only 1 creature, so the Moonrage Brute doesn't flip back, which might be their plan here, honestly. Back up to 14. I mean, yeah, we can't risk a swing. I'm sure they would take the 7 from the Titan, but that's way too risky, I would say, because they could drop an Adversary number 2. Yep, flip back. So Brutal Cathar is a problem. Take the Titan. Now we just got to keep slamming big things onto the board. More land would be awesome. This Glorious Sunrise being 6 mana from the Thalia is really gross. Tranquil Frillback. I think it's Warchief, right? Atsushi would be great because once we get that block in, then we can actually start playing more from our hand too. But I think it's Warchief. We're taking 2, gaining 3, so we're going back up to 15. The Karplusan Forests are really bad. It's a little funny, but alright. No attacks. Let's hope they don't grab anything that buffs this board state. Oh, we're dead. Oh, crap. The Adversary off the top for the opponent, man. I'll tell you what. I think we got unlucky here, guys. Although I kept a very risky hand. Wow, swing with the Vanguard. We're at 15, so we got to be careful somewhere. All right. Ward 1. Oh, dude, you're dead. Out of here. Get out of here. Wow, dude. This is rough. I guess we have to chump 2 other things, so we better... And then we're taking 11 down to 4. This adversary's only buffing once, so if we do 4 to this Vanguard, right? That's buffing twice over here. So they still survive, so we should still... Alright, we'll take 12. Right? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Actually, I think if they swung with Cathar... Did they miss lethal damage there? I think they should have swung with Cathar, potentially. Who endures? We better just play that as a land. We've needed it this whole time. A couple more chump blockers down. Doesn't do too much. Frillback. We could go Frillback for 4, gain a little bit. Couple chump blockers. Glorious Sunrise, Atsushi. Wow, we've had a lot of options this game. If we were actually seeing mana earlier, though, would have been a different ball game, I would say. Requisitioner to chump. I guess make sure it taps the red one here, right? And then we have the green open. Gain 4, back up to 6. Let's hope they don't have an amazing draw. Save that save that back. Brutal Cathar! No! The opponent ripped a lot of fire this game, man. And we unfortunately did not. So chump here, GG opponent. Ah, man. Hey, I'll tell you what, though. I think we could have gotten there. I really do. Some really bad draws. I guess if I would have mulliganed too, maybe we could have found a little bit of a more solid start. 28 total land, and it felt like we had 23. I don't know, man. Against mono white, usually, I think that really could be a back and forth with this deck, but we'll have to find out. Let's go ahead, hop into another one. Mono white looking super deadly regardless. We gained so much life that game, and then the forests, though, man, we took a lot of pain land. So when I was going over the deck, I talked about Copperline Gorge and how I just like having the pain land in here since we have so much life gain. Yeah, but like not seeing any of our normal green sources and stuff. That was, yeah, all of that was unlucky, huh? All right, Seed of Hope open. Yeah, this is a completely fine hand because you can find something early off of Seed. Land or Warchief. Warchief number 2 is fine. We have a ton of land in here, man. We really do. We should be seeing it, so. Alright, we'll just go Forest number 2. Less information for the opponents here without being punished because our only double reds are 4 drops anyways, so we could always just play those out 2 turns in a row. If we had like Brotherhood's End in here, then we would consider Forest and then Rockfall Vale because we could top deck the Brotherhood's End. Not like we would necessarily need it right away, it's just something you always want to think about. But yeah, in this case, just the land. Opponent, it's okay to keep open the Make Disappear opponent. That's fine. If that's what you want to do. They got a Thicket and a Spara's Headquarters, so it's honestly, I was going to say, it could be Bant, but it's probably, the ones that run Bant colors are usually the Reanimator ones, right? Or the Domain builds. We've been seeing a lot more Domain too. Okay, they have made a decision. Gonna go right into Rockfall Vale. And everything's huge in our hand again. We got a ton of 5+ stuff in here though, so it's not like I could complain too much, but yeah, we do have early stuff too. Like Celestus last turn would have been good. I guess get a counterspell out of their hand, right? Maybe the Warchief actually lands. Although they can see the Warchief in our hand, so a negate. Oh my, you need another third path build maybe? Still just Bant colors over here. Oh yeah, it sure is. They keep 4 open. We have to be prepared for a potential Wandering Emperor too, but Joint Exploration, that means they still have a 2 mana counterspell in hand, because their plan is to play the other land untapped, right? Because Joint Exploration is actually, it's a tapped land. Oh, well, dude, we better slam this Warchief down while we can. Nice. I was going to say, Joint Exploration on their turn, it was going to be untapped land and then a Make Disappear for our turn. But, yeah. The coast is what they ended up hitting. Hey, Celestus. Let's go. All right. Land. Don't mind it. Could blitz out the Warchief if we want to hit more damage, but I think we just start with the swing. I might Seed of Hope on our turn and see if there's something other than the Warchief that I want to do. Because keeping 1 open isn't going to do much. Oh, unless they have a Syncopate for 1, then I guess it would do something, right? Frillback, nice. Well, Frillback does get around. 2, 3. Make sure we have the 2 open. Nice, and then we'll pay. Let's get rid of that Celestus, dude. Oh, they do have 4 open for a Wandering Emperor, that's right. Well, either way, we're doing this. What's in their grave? Not a lot. Alright, and we'll gain the 4. Even though I don't think we need it against this deck in particular. Oh, Celestus is out of here, dude. Nothing for 4 mana from the opponent. Joint Exploration again. Okay, ramp versus ramp, only we actually got stuff on the board right now. Which is awesome news. Oh! I spoke too soon. Oh, dice. Getting great draws this time. This is a little, well, great draws to be up against a slow deck, right? So, alright, let's see what you got spicy on top of your build here. What you got for me? A negate! Wow. Oh, Storm the Festival. That's good though, huh? I can negate the Storm the Festival, but no thank you. Land. Okay. Requisitioner, Elder Dragon War. I'm gonna skip the land for now. Could just get Dragon, but then Sunfall picks it up, so don't really want to discard anything this turn either. We're just gonna go 2. And get the, oh crap, it kills the Requisitioner though. Aw, my poor Requisitioner. I didn't have anything to discard this turn, and we might top deck like a land or something next turn, so taking out our own Requisitioner might mean they don't Sunfall this turn though. Wow, they didn't get rid of Elder Dragon War. Huh. GG, opponent. GG. Yeah, they must have accidentally, like, maybe they clicked enchantments, but then they didn't actually click it, you know? That happens sometimes. GG. I don't know if the farewell would have been the end of us anyways, man. We were just slamming big stuff every turn, and then any land we saw off the top was going to get us closer to the Storm the Festival flashback cost too, so I guess Bant control, right? Yeah, not hitting the Elder Dragon War there was just an accidental misplay. My guess is they thought they clicked it, but they didn't click it. Because that definitely happens to me, so. Onwards to the next one. Relatively decent draws there. We saw the land we needed to see when we needed it. We saw Etali, which was just a huge play, man. Storm the Festival off the Etali. Hitting the negate wasn't that good, but I mean, we just can't complain too much. Early removal, still no early ramp. We do go first here. 28 land total. So 25 more land in the deck. We're definitely going to see that fourth one. And Volcanic Spite can help us find it. Yeah. This might actually be the best hand of the evening, guys. Keep that mountain open. Believe it. Oh, wow. I was going to say it does make people play around it a little bit, but no, Generous Visitor hits this board. Sometimes it makes people play around it. Volcanic Spite is open. Okay. I think that does an exile. So do we just hit Visitor instead? If they swing with it, I guess. Why not? I don't know what we send back. We could send Titan back, but Titan is really good against Selesnya enchantments when it comes time, so... yeah, we'll get rid of Visitor, number 1. If you hit Kami of Transients, it goes back to the... It goes back very easily. I want to ditch the Warchief. Actually, I changed my mind. I like my hand. I guess we could, like, try to find better stuff that works earlier, but it's just not a terrible hand. Atsushi could potentially ramp us into Titan, but against Selesnya enchantments, you have to anticipate the exiles. So not having anything for turn 3 is fine too, because even if we played a creature, yeah, they can have like an Audacity here. Immediately pick it up, get more damage off of Kami. Alright, hopefully Atsushi sticks, but if it doesn't, we have a turn 5 Warchief, gain us a little bit of life, and then hopefully... Alright, let's see that enchantment removal, huh? Sometimes Selesnya enchantments misses their removal, even though they play like 10 of them. Like all the Audacities, all 4 of the 3-drops too. Audacities? Ossification, that's the... that's the card I've been trying... I mean, you guys knew what I was talking about, though. Down to 9. Can we get there, guys? It comes down to Titan. Titan lands and then just rips apart these Selesnya enchantment decks. We do have the triple green, but the forest, dude. Oh, man. The Karplusan Forest have been a pain in the butt. Okay, we're going to be taking 1, gaining 3, back up to 11. And Warchief is a great blocker, as long as we're allowed keeping a blocker. If not, next turn, we still don't have Titan, because we didn't have any early ramp in our hand. So... if we would have blitzed out... No, that's not very good either. Then we'd be really close to lethal for the opponent. Touch the Spirit Realms. Okay. Down to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the mountain. We need something terrific off the top, and I don't know what it would be. Volcanic Spite! Crap. Alright. Well, get the Requisitioner down, right? Yeah. We have instant speed on the Kami of Transients here, but if they buff it above the 6, technically the trample still happens anyways, right? Oh, do they still have something in hand too? So we block, then we use the Volcanic Spite, and then, I mean, we're only at 4, so, unfortunately, they have something here. Huh. I don't know what that would be. Oh, Seat of the Empire. Well, crap. This really worked out for the opponent, man. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the Generous Visitor here. Let's cycle out the Titan of Industry. Seed of Hope! Seed of Hope, dude! Actually, that could have been absolutely insane, huh? Oh, turn the Earth! Turn the Earth! Hold on! Hold on! What is happening? What is happening? Okay, up to 3. I guess the Volcanic Spite isn't doing much. Seed of Hope and, I don't really want anything else to go back into the deck, because now we just need our big things. Right? Dude, what on earth, man? This life gain. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. We didn't end up getting anything anyways, but that was still really cool. Kind of showcasing the deck a little bit more there, too. Let's drop them the GGs. Yeah, the enchantment removal isn't going to be great against a deck like this, but we do have so many ways to remove enchantments that I think, again, I think that could have gone either way. I really do. Obviously, with any Magic game, you know, there's a bit of luck involved regardless, so technically speaking, any deck versus any deck could have gone either way, but you guys know what I mean when I say that. Yeah, between the Frillbacks, the Titan of Industries, had we actually seen like early ramp earlier and actually been able to land that turn 6 Titan, the Titan blocks the Kami of Transience so well, we would have gotten Atsushi back by getting rid of Ossification. Or, I guess we would have gotten rid of Touch the Spirit Realm to get the life gain back from Warchief, right? So Frillbacks, Titans, and was there anything else in here that hits enchantments and stuff? Just in the honorable mentions, I had the Kagula, but... Dude, this deck has been sweet so far. I like it. I mean, we're not like doing that great, but but it's exactly what I expected from Big Gruul. It's just good fun, man. I like it. Just slamming big creatures down. Big Gruul is like, it's got to be more fun than just something like mono green ramp, right? You know what I mean? Well, I mean, obviously it has my favorite color in it, so yeah. Oh, the hands have been bad though. Opponent goes first. Let's actually do the first mulligan of the evening because I think I've tested the bad hands enough, huh? Okay, much better. Yeah. This is kind of what I would expect from a hand, but I don't mind. All right, we're sending Seed of Hope. Here's why. Turn 1 Highlands, turn 2 Forest, so we could actually get the Requisitioner down. If we go turn 1 Highlands, we don't have Seed. Seed's probably just chilling in hand for a little while. We drop Field, we do have a lot of land and we could find a land on Seed, but I want the third no matter what for Celestus, and we just can't, with the way we've been drawing today, we just can't guarantee that, and I want that Celestus ramp immediately. Alright, Highlands comes down. Sanders Lounge, oh man. That means counter spells, guys. Counter spells are a pain in my butt. Hopefully Celestus still lands, though. Yeah, passing it. Okay. We could actually... Field of Ruin might be great against that build, man. Could actually blitz out the Requisitioner instead. They probably don't... They probably don't counter it, and if they do, it's not like that great, and then we have a chance for Celestus later on. Let's do it. I guess we don't have to blitz it, but I do want the treasure. And we have nothing else to do in hand either, so... Okay, make disappear. Let's get that swing. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, turn 4 Warchief is nasty, but... Oh, they missed a land. Start with the swing. Down to 14 already. Keep our untapped forest. Let's get the Hunter Maze down and see if the Celestus gets countered. Now we still have the 4th mana for, or the 5th mana for Warchief next turn, even if Celestus is countered. So, yeah, not bad. It might end up working out nicely for us, honestly. If they get rid of all their counter spells early here, and then we just slam all of our big stuff later on. Yep, tap land off top for the opponent. Ooh, another Warchief. This is good news, man. Start with the swing. I'd rather them use a Go for the Throat on Requisitioner than our Warchief, but even so, when the Warchief dies. Alright, let's see that third make disappear, man. Let's see it. Okay. Okay, land off the top would be Storm the Festival, which is pretty good, and also a really bad counter for them. reinforcements. Freaking Grixis Chandra, right? With the Rouse reinforcements, I bet it is. Well, what are the odds that they have the 4th make disappear in hand? Not great, right? Let's do this. Do I swing into the 1/1s? Probably not. Even though we get the treasure, not really worth it, huh? There's no way, bro. Negate. Oh my goodness, guys. This is nasty. Okay. I mean, they gotta run out eventually. 4 counter spells hitting their mark. They pass back Plargg for the last game. Dude. Opponent. Don't you give me that look, opponent. You're gonna let Plargg resolve, sir. You know what? I'm swinging first. Because they block, we get the treasure. We'll have 2 open for the 4th mana. The 4th make disappear. No! They know! They know. Alright, they're down to 8. Come on, Plargg. I believe in you, buddy. Plargg and Nassari. Can it actually land on a board? I hope so, because I made the thumbnail around it. Let's go! The thumbnail works now. Oh, no! It's okay, Plargg. It's okay, buddy. You did your best. This is 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. My goodness. I'm tempted by this Field of Ruin, but we're playing big stuff. Azusa's Many Journeys, would have been good earlier, obviously, but the life gain's fine, but we're not really struggling either, so. Bro, we're going for that swing again. Maybe they'll just take 3. We could blitz out Warchief too, but it's much better to just resolve that because it has that trample. Alright, well, we'll have the 2 open. For the 4th make disappear. Come on, man. Come on, buddy. Yes. Let's go. Warchief's on the board too. Is it worth playing this just to have... Yeah, it is actually. Because in a couple turns we'll have another 3/3 and the opponent is some form of Grixis control over there. So the more creatures, the merrier, huh? We got 6 mana on the board. We need 10 mana for Storm the Festival, so we're still 4 away for the Storm the Festival flashback, so that's not doing really anything for us. Okay, Mountain. But always draw on the Hunter Maze too. We have Field of Ruin to thin the deck as well. But we start with the swing, I would say. And technically, since the land comes out with Field of Ruin, when do we want to use that? I guess we want to use it before they can tap the land that we target, right? I might as well get rid of a Xander's Lounge and see what happens. Because if we go on their turn and they tap it all down, then they get that untapped. I guess they could have an instant speed card to play this turn, though. Alright, let's go for the... Let's see, we got green, we got red. We got everything we need. We're just going to go green. Just another green. We have a lot of things with, like, triple green and everything, you know? Do they not have any? They might not. I've run into a couple different Esper Legends. Oh, they had it. They had it. Okay, and we do have the Hunter Maze open too, but I really don't know if getting rid of a land is the best thing here. When maybe just top decking land for the next couple turns could be great for Storm. Big score. Okay. That could be a problem. Arcane Bombardment. Oh, we need some of our graveyard hate to pop into our hand. We could look for it off of the Hunter Maze. Still have 2 mana open too. Once the bombardment comes down, so we know they have one then. They needed to ramp into it on big score. That's right. They got rid of the second one, you know? That's funny. We were just talking in my comments section about Arcane Bombardment. Chrome Shark. Okay, they still have... So, I wonder why ditch the bombardment if that's not what they're doing the turn. Yeah, we're not going to draw on the Hunter Maze. I don't think it's necessary, and I think having more mana is better. Also, like, 7 open for a Titan of the Industry off the top would be insane. Okay, this flips. More land. Honestly, don't mind it. We're getting close to the Storm, the festival. Swing double block, not bad for us. Let's give it a shot. Gonna be a little bit of a longer game because we kind of like fizzled out over here, man. Like the quadruple counter strike was, yeah, it was brutal. Okay, Maestros. Okay, we still get our 4/4. Warchief putting in some work, man. Play our land because there's still a chance that we just see a couple land off the top for the next couple turns. This is where like Celestus being dropped would have been insane earlier, right? And I guess on that note, the thinning of the deck with Field of Ruin maybe wasn't the best thing either. Browse reinforcements. Okay, and they can always power up the incubators for the turn too. They do have 4 open here. And they are at 3 as well, so I wonder. Swinging with the Chrome Host Seed Shark. Very tempted to draw with the Hunter Maze because we'll still have 7, and drawing an extra one might get us closer to that Titan of Industry, which might just get countered then. All right, I'll do it. We'll use it just to use one of these land. Like I said, we used one in with a blue deck. Nice. We'll do this on their turn because it's instant speed. Turn the Earth, Etali back to hand. This is beautiful, dude. Beautiful. And let's send... So turn the Earth, whatever... Alright. Turn the Earth. So my graveyard first, right? We'll get Plargg Warchief, I guess. And then let's what do they want to hit off of bombardment the most? Like the Maestro's Charm maybe? Or Big Score? No, really, actually I'm not putting anything of theirs back. I don't like any of that. Let's just put another Warchief. Warchief Plargg. Just like more big stuff. Like Turn the Earth could have been good, but we do have stuff to just exile their graveyard too. I don't mind doing this while we have the mana open either. All right, 7 for Etali. Let's see it. We could start with the swing first and see what they end up doing. Do we have hasty things? Not really. If they power up, then Etali might be safe. If they don't power up, then they chump, which is also just good for us, man. And also we have Volcanic Spite open too if we want to spare our creatures. However, tapping down and then they block the likeness like they'll be forced to. They'll be forced to block likeness because they're at 3. No, not necessarily. They still have 2 mana open. It could be like an Abrade or something. Decline. So now we don't have Etali open. I thought about that after the fact, but we'll see. We'll see. I was thinking we untap with likeness, but yeah, if it's just tap Abrade, it looks like it's going to actually be the other incubator token, so it might actually work out. But that's definitely something to think about, man. If they had spot removal for likeness, then they would stall the turn for Etali. In the meantime, though, untap. 2 of their chump blockers are gone. They still have 2 mana open for the other incubator or the 4th make disappear. Let's see it, opponent. Let's see it, buddy. Oh, Etali lands on the board. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? Warchief. Diabolical Intent. As additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand. Sure. I will sacrifice... The likeness really came in handy. So let's sacrifice Rhino Warrior and grab a Titan of Industry. We didn't have to do that, by the way. But grabbing a card, Storm the Festival could be good too. But there's our Plargg that we put back. It's Titan though, right? I think it's just Titan. Since we have enough mana for it. Up to 32, guys. All right. Opponent, we got a couple trampling creatures on this board. You need something great, man. You need maybe a board wipe or, I guess, something big off of the Seed Shark so you could power up an Incubator token to have a great block. But then Titan of Industry takes care. Yeah, Titan of Industry takes care of artifacts. GG, opponent. GG, the bombardment just came out a little bit too late there. I'll tell you what, man. We had just terrific things to do the whole game. So, yeah, that was awesome. I like it. Even looking past all the counter spells, like it was kind of leaning towards us, wasn't it? That's awesome, dude. 50 minutes in, let's get over here to the deck and talk a little bit about it. Or Plargg. I would have loved to get Plargg and Nassari down and actually stuck around. At the beginning of your upkeep, though, you know, that's a long time to survive in the current standard, so I like the one of. I think I'll keep it if I try out future versions of Big Gruul. I definitely want to try out Plargg and Nassari somewhere, again, just to see, you know, maybe in a deck that actually runs actual protection too, right? Requisitioner's great. Azusa's Many Journeys was, I guess, fine. I don't know, man. It would be nice to actually see our early ramp. Every time we play ramp, it's the same thing, huh? And I know it's the same with you guys, too, because we talk about it sometimes. Like, where is the early ramp, you know? We do get to see Requisitioner early, though, so that's nice at least, right? Unless the opponents have a bunch of exile removal, like the Selesnya enchantments. And when you are up against Selesnya enchantments, then things like Frillback and Titan of Industry happen to be amazing, right? Warchief is great, just a terrific 5-drop dude. Storm the Festival, being able to hit any of these 5s, 4s, or even 3s sometimes is fine. What did we hit that one time off of Storm? We hit like a Requisitioner too, right? Something like that. Volcanic Spite happens to be pretty good removal, just cycling through, putting a card at the bottom of your library, drawing a card. It happens to be good in a deck like this, so Celestus is fine if it lands on the board. We know how good Celestus is, so I think it's completely fine for this build as well, right? Especially if you do end up using that discard ability too. Turn the Earth actually ended up doing a thing, and the life gain is actually pretty good, and the flashback is great, and the Seed of Hope actually ended up doing a thing a few times there. I like the 2 of, I like the 1 of. These are solid, man. If I wasn't already calling this deck Big Gruul, I'd call it Utility Gruul, man. This just has a ton of utility packed in, a ton of different things to do, even a little board wipe here. Speaking of which, depending on what you're seeing, like if you're seeing a lot of soldiers, which I was for a very long time, now I'm not. And if you're seeing a lot of mono red, which I was for a very long time, now I'm not. Maybe they're all just a much higher rank right now or something, maybe. Then more Elder Dragon Wars. I could see dropping one Atsushi, going up the second Elder Dragon War. And that would totally be fine. I don't think you'd complain about that at all. Didn't get to see Luca today. I think it'll be worth the 1 of. And we didn't get to actually land the Glorious Sunrise. Unfortunately, Thalia making this 6 mana is a little bit absurd. And we also weren't able to hit it off our Storm the Festival, which kind of sucked. 28 land. Yep, I wouldn't go up. I wouldn't go down. And again, the tapped land. Totally fine, man. Totally fine. It's the way you end up ramping in a deck like this where the tapped land ends up working well with your curve. And so yeah, totally fine. Actually, might be a case to be made depending on how much these Karplusan Forests are hurting you. Like they were hurting us a ton in a lot of those games. To actually just drop 2 of these and go up the 3rd and 4th Rugged Highlands. I could see that. I could see it. And it's more budget too. So, I mean, that's an option. They're going to slow you down eventually, I guess. I've been being a little bit more experimental with especially my mid-range mana bases, and it's been working out quite nicely. So just having a lot more, I guess, again, utility is just, I mean, it happens to be decent, huh? Yeah, I like this one, guys. I mean, obviously I'll return to Big Gruul eventually in the future, but I really want to play this one again, so Guys, thank you so much for making it this far into the video. For real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.